For some years now I've had inquiries about solar. I've had a lot of experience with solar. I've enjoyed using it for many years, and I have now developed, because of so many requests, a plug and play solar system. And this one is designed specifically for traveling in four-wheel drives, and it consists of two basic components. Plug and play, it literally is, you walk up to your vehicle, you plug it in, and it works. In order for a panel, to begin with, to withstand the rigors of off-road travel, it has to be flexible. The rigid ones are more efficient, yes, but you have to keep them absolutely flat while traveling. They've got to go on a roof rack. They are, generally speaking, far more vulnerable to rattling and shakes, and they can malfunction. These two panels I have been testing on this trip. I have not been packing them carefully. I've used them on the roof rack with stuff packed on top of them. I've been rolling them up. I've been letting them flex. I see the back is starting to come away slightly there, which is, I believe, cosmetic, because they are both working perfectly. Okay, so excuse me while I stand on the panels, but you can do that with these SolarFX panels. They're designed to be abused. This is a new system, new to me, but it is the most compact, I wouldn't say cheapest, it's not particularly inexpensive, but it's also not very expensive, control unit. You don't have to have a control unit. You will find it is recommended that you have a regulator that prevents overvoltage, and that's a good idea, although not absolutely essential, but to protect your batteries, some kind of regulator is advisable. But solar panels such as these don't work at 12 or 13 volts as the battery does. So because they operate from anything from 16 to 25 volts, when you plug them directly into a battery, it basically, the battery says to the panel, sorry, you must operate at my voltage, whatever that voltage is, 12 to 13 volts. But the panel doesn't want to work at that voltage, it wants to work at a higher voltage. So a decent controller permits the solar panels to work at a higher voltage, converts it into a lower voltage in a much more efficient way, and as a result, you get a more efficient outcome. The trouble with flexible panels is, how do you actually point them to the sun? And they're not even clean, and let's see what these things can actually give me if pointed into the sun correctly. Let me see what they're reading now. 2.3 amps, and they're dirty, and they're not pointing well. So, and what I'm going to do is, when I get home, is make some, it's a wood or something, a little frame or something that's easily attached to the side of the car. Because how do I now point these and keep them pointed at the sun? Can't stand here all afternoon. Wow, just by cleaning these two panels, I managed to get almost an extra ½ amp out of them. And they are now reading, well, that's with my shadow on it, 2.7 amps. That's pretty good. That really is good. 79% full. 13 volts is the current battery voltage. Input from the panels, 2.6 amps. And these other functions are to do with the load, which is not connected to this unit at the moment.